right behind me. My diamonds so shiny. Even sometimes they blind me. My repertoire's big. Nothing I do is tiny. They wanna be me when they see me, cause that's just a rude awakening. Try me or deny me, and I am the dude who will take it there. I got money trees and in this season, watch I take them in. You just junior flexing, man, that's cute, somebody break them in. Flexing with my dogs, flexing with my bras. I'm flexible when flexing, cause I flex like it's my job. You can't see me like Mirage, I'm flexing just because. How you gon' pull up in bull chicks when your car's in a garage? Never that. Did somebody ever say they better at flexing big? I go bigger, and that's how I get them back. You cannot flex on me or get the best of me. I'm master flex like Master Chef. I just get the recipe. Yo, I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I be flexing, I be. Yo, I be flexing, I be. I got the word.
The world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
He picks it up on the second, over to first, in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
And Homer to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone.
That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over! What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
Good evening, XBL faithful. Thank you guys if you tuned in to that earlier series between Lazy and Spluto, casted by Hummus and Uni. You guys did a great job in the booth. But we come at you with the other side of the semifinals for the XBL between Wish and Mush. Series is tied at 2 apiece, and we're going to finish it out here on tonight's stream. I'm Zlat, and we have Mist here joining me in the booth. Mist, how are you doing?
Doing really good. I only caught the first game there between Pseudo and Lazy. That was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I had to go in transit to come home for this, but now I've been brought up to date. So that's really been a good series, and that's what we expected. I think again here is the same thing. Two really good players with not really many holes in their game, just really solid, always going to be tough to beat. And now they're 2-2 coming in here, which I'm not surprised by. I don't think anybody's really surprised by. Obviously, Wishbone has been really good for longer than Mush, but Mush is kind of coming up the ranks. So I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, likewise. We got a tight series here. Both teams have sort of, faltered in certain ways, but not very often. Maybe the most in Game 3, but that can sort of be nullified by the fact of Wish coming back to tie the series up in Game 4. So we saw a lot more activity offensively for both sides, and selfishly kind of hope to see that for you and I here tonight. It'll be a lot of fun to see how the rest of the series unravels. So with that said, let's maybe dive into the first key for the game, which is kind of like a tough pitching component. Do you want to elaborate on that there, Mist?
Yeah, I mean, Wishbone is a notoriously tough pitcher who's just gotten tougher and tougher and tougher over the seasons. Mush, a drastically underrated pitcher, was really good in AAA. You never know how that'll translate. You could be a good pitcher in AAA and still get killed in the XBL, but Mush is good enough, and he knows how to use different velo. He can nail a curveball. He can do a lot of things that can bother XBL more than some other folks.
Yeah, he can nail those corners like it's nobody's business, just like Wish, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. which brings us to the run game, which I don't think we've seen a ton of, but they both have a speed roster. So I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of these next few games, whatever it ends up being, because I have no idea, speed could come into play, whether it's in the outfield, whether it's stealing bases, or possibly just cashing in, with a runner from second base. Could be anything, but they have a lot of speed.
Yeah, both rosters are definitely very versatile. They can sort of adapt as the game goes on. They have speed, they have power, they have pitching. So we're going to see a very well-rounded team square off here in a very well-rounded series. The run game is going to be super important. It's going to be very important, as we saw in was that the AA World Series. We saw some base running errors to end the inning, at third and second base. So we kind of mentioned on the broadcast at the time as a little bit of a joke, but in baseball fundamentals, yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing. You don't want to run the final out of an inning on the bases, force yourself out of opportunities, because they're not going to be easy to come by, especially between these two, for sure. Do you want to talk about the final point we have there about Wishbone and maybe his hope to ascend into orbit with his bats?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's as simple as this. If Wish goes off as far as home runs, it's going to be really difficult for Mush to contend with that. Only because Wishbone's pitching is so tough that even with contact swing and momentum and whatever he wants to gather, it's still going to be hard to deal with the astronauts, who can also play small ball with you, can run with you. And then if they start, putting up 3 or 4 home runs, that's kind of doomsday, because even you've seen in AAA, the players with Black Coffee, myself, Snowbird, Billy, when you start piling up home runs, it gets difficult to, steal enough bases or get enough singles. As great of a player as Eddie is, he's not a home run hitter, and at times it catches up to him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the long ball comes into play this evening. The small ball is always something to worry about with the speed these rosters bring. So sit tight here, guys. We'll get these games fired up for you, and we'll dive right into Game 5. Alrighty, Game 5 at Red Rock. As all games this series will be at Red Rock. Looks like, Mr. Game 5, we're going to see the Aces come back in to pitch this for the second time in the series. Should be interesting, as we had in Game 1, that close affair between these two.
Yeah, good point. I'm not sure who that favors. Possibly Mush as a contact hitter, just because the tougher pitchers can be handled quite a bit better with contact, but Wish mixes it up, so he could do well also.
The first pitch strike here from the Astronauts earlier. Quick 0-2. Attacking the zone early and fought off up the middle. That's a good start for the Curse as they get a single here to open the game. Galen Matthews steps in.
Might have been a misplaced screwball, which Mush is not going to miss those types of pitches the way a lot of people, such as myself, probably would.
Yeah, and we also, I believe we have the Mind Gamer and Distractor double up here, so we see the accuracy all the way down to 0. Pickoff attempt, not in time, but very aware. Wish is very aware of that speed as we see him take off now to second base. Throw down is just barely too late, and an early steal gets the Curse in a position to break open the scoring early.
Yeah, you almost got to write off that one run at this point and just get an out. There you go, just get an out. You could possibly walk this batter if you don't like what you see, a bad ball hitter.
Yeah, he's checking the
Situation.
lineup, exactly what you were
Doesn't want
saying
to
there.
pitch to him.
Well, he's going to, as he throws his first pitch strike. Gonna have to nibble at the corners. This one's driven deep to left. It's not gonna be deep enough for a hit, but it will get a sac fly there to open the scoring here for the Curse. Top of the first, 1-0.
Yeah, good play by Mush. Just get on a ball and take your chances there.
Little surprised we didn't see more nibbling by Wish. We know he can hit those corners well. Maybe he meant to, just kind of accidentally hung one over the plate a bit too much. Either way, he finds the third out of the inning here, and he'll have a chance at the plate.
Yeah, I would have expected at minimum a tougher pitch around than that. I thought he was actually going to walk him, but then again, 1 run for the Astronauts is not a big deal.
Not a big deal. We see a first pitch ball comes back in the same location, but this one for a strike. We go 1-1 early. Wishbone with some of that small ball approach in the lineup here. He's got the stealer trait on his leadoff hitter, so you know he's looking to get extra bases anytime he can. As he hits one into center here, it's going to be corralled easily by the center fielder for the first out. Wishbone hoping to carry the momentum he earned by winning Game 4 to tie the series here. Game 5, a pivotal Game 5. Can really, you know, once you get a elimination game in your favor, or set up an elimination game in your favor, it feels like there's a huge shift in the series, and every pitch, you know, it always matters in the playoffs, but those elimination games, everything is just that much more nerve-wracking. It'll be interesting to see who comes out here in Game 5.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that it seems like Red Rock is in the unofficial stadium of the XBL level players. You know, with these two both have it, but historically, Astronaut's Coupon would always pretty much play here, and then Weaver played here at least a few of his monster seasons. So it seemed like when we were doing the playoffs in the old days, which was not really the old days because I'm fairly new to the XBL, starting in season 10. But this stadium is definitely an iconic stadium when it comes to XBL baseball.
Yeah, it's definitely a popular stadium in the community. I know I've played here myself. It just kind of offers everything. There's some deep parts. There's, you know, that really short, low ball in right field. So it kind of favors a lot of different styles as we see a walk here. So we'll have Alan Shepard at the plate with 2 on and 2 out here, bottom of the first. Good speed and the lead runner, so any single is likely to score a run. Good eye there from Wish to make the count go 2-1. Hoping to find something here. Takes again 3-1. Surely we see a strike as this one's a curveball right down the middle, and Wish wasn't even interested. It goes full. Runners are going to be on the move with the pitch, a swing and a miss. Strikeout. Well done there from Mush. Earns the third out of the inning. We got some velo here, 100 miles down the middle, could not keep up.
Ooh.
Double check, but I believe that's an 85 velo starter here for Wish here. That one's fought off well by Mush to get a leadoff single to start the second. Yeah, we have a 85 velo 70 junk here on Fred Hayes.
Yeah, that's a rough pitcher to deal with.
And similar to that first inning, we got good speed again on the bases here. Nice pitch to catch the corner there for strike 2. Counts 1-2, same location. This one's hit deep. It's going to head towards the warning track. Is it going to have enough? It will not, but the fielder couldn't find it in the lights. Everybody's safe with extra bases.
There. I wonder if that was on their end.
You know, I have a feeling it might just be Discord having a weird moment for us, because I watched one of our VODs back the other day when Sham and I had what we thought was the same type of issue, but I think it's just Discord's player, so
okay.
Could be some lag for them, not sure, but in any case, we see another run come across the plate for the Curse. We have an interesting run down here.
What a play by the pitcher.
Heads up by Wish, well done to
brutal
preserve
play
a
by
run.
Haste.
And he needed to really make up for the error out there in left field, so we have a runner there on first now with 2 outs. Count is 1-1. Wish really going to start trying to nibble this bottom of the zone, but Mush is wise to it, and he's fending it off well, getting hit after hit. That low zone area is just, I think that is kind of Wish's specialty, to pitch low often on the corners, and Mush has just found answers early. This one's hit hard past the shortstop, who was out of place due to the runners on base, and so we have the bases juiced here with 2 outs. That's going to bring Jalen Matthews, a staunch hitter for the Curse.
Yeah, we're not seeing location right now from Wishbone, uncharacteristically. Haste made that great defensive play, but he needs to get on the horse here as far as nailing his spots.
He's having to deal with the mind gamer distractor combo from the first baseman and the batter, so he's just got absolutely obliterated accuracy.
That was a great pitch.
Nice pitch. Nice pitch to get out of that jam. So he does allow 1 in the inning. It's a 2-0 lead for the Curse. But all things considered, that could have got a lot more dicey if you're an Astronauts fan.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that could have gotten way more dicey. So the Haste, again, the defensive play, he came up with the big pitch there. Mush put a bat on that ball, but you can't really do anything with a screwball hanging off the upper corner.
Mush earned an 0-2 count early. That one was outside. This one's low and off the pitcher's heel. Is it going to be in time at first? It will not. A bit unfortunate there, but we've seen a couple of those hits go off the pitcher. We have a leadoff runner there with good speed at first and a good arm behind the plate for the Curse catcher. Got to be careful if you're Mush here to throw off speeds. If you throw an off speed, it's almost a guaranteed steal, successful steal. A nice pitch catches the corner there for a strikeout looking. That'll be out number 1 on the inning. Harrison Schmidt steps in. He hits first pitch swinging. This one's past the second baseman. Are we going to see the lead runner go? No, they hold up wisely at second.
Yeah, that's where that fastball hitting of Wishbone comes into play. That was a good pitch, but he hammered it.
And now the pitcher steps in. Going to have to do something himself with 2 on and only 1 out. Takes high for strike 2. It's a 1-2 count. Swinging low and away. Felt like he had to swing with 2 strikes maybe, but he misses for the strikeout. So we now have 2 outs. First pitch swinging again. This one up the middle at the shortstop, and that was fielded cleanly. So a clean inning there for the Curse on the mound. They'll step back up to the plate, hoping to continue their offensive momentum.
Yeah, got bailed out by a couple of really small reticles in a row there for Wishbone. Just the wrong part of the order to try to get something going.
Great cutter there, catches the corner. Early 0-2 count. Check swing, did not go. 1-2. And this one's easily dealt with at short. The Wish he's hoping to kind of ease back into the game on the mound here. After the previous inning where he had the bases juiced at one point. But if anyone in this league can settle back in after a start like that, it's definitely Wish is going to be one of those people in the conversation.
Yeah, if I'm Wish, I'm pretty happy here. I haven't really done anything, and I'm really pretty lucky to be down 2-0.
We see a classic hit up the middle there for a base hit. Damian Turner steps in now, and he has a power versus left-hander trait active, as well as that fastball hitter trait, so pretty dicey hitter to have to deal with. Wish is going to have to mess around with the off-speed, as this one's left over the middle. It's going to be hit deep to center, and caught the center fielder. He's going to attempt to double him up at first, but there's enough speed to get back in time.
Yeah, that speedy center fielder came over there. Looked like a hit off the bat.
It looks like we're having some technological difficulties, so bear with us here, guys. I think there may have been a double play there, missed. I didn't quite catch the whole
I think it might
skipping,
have been just a
but
grounder to short. I'm not. It might have been a double. I'm not sure where we were, but regardless, astronauts come up to the plate down 2-0.
yeah, but they get out of the inning that they were in. So Ken Mattingly, the 3-spot hitter for the astronauts, steps in. He hits one off the corner over to the shortstop, and then again, that's going to be fielded cleanly for out number 2. This one's hit hard to left, but similar to Game 3, Wish's the hard hit balls he's really had are kind of just going right to those fielders. That'll end our 3rd inning now. We head to the top of the 4th. Still the same score, 2-0 Kirsch. This pitch hit high and deep, just dying before the warning track. That'll be caught in by Grissom for out number 1. Well, if you're Mush, you're probably just wanting to continue to, do the things that are working for you. He's getting a lot of those singles, dangerous on the base paths. Not really taking any sort of extraordinary effort from his players, just kind of sticking to his game plan.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much has to. If I'm Mush, I'm a little concerned here. It feels like I should be up 4 or 5, and I'm not.
Oh,
So
that's
the only thing.
That dive looked like it was not the right path to the ball. I thought it was going to trickle by him and turn into some kind of situation, but
Right.
he came up with it, so no damage there.
It was a sliding stab.
This one hit softly on the ground at the second baseman and dealt with. We'll see a slight mojo decrease there. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Same score, 2-0 Curse.
Lefty on righty. Shepard looking to get something going here. It's about time for the astronauts.
Looked like a decent reticle, but right to the
did.
second baseman. Yeah, we're starting to enter, the midpoint of the game, but it feels like if you're Wish, you want to have something here to work with at the plate. Because as the game drags on, we're just gonna, if it continues like this, it just feels more and more nerve-wracking. You maybe even lose more patience. It's harder and harder to create the opportunities.
Yeah, and you've got the other pitcher locked in. That's the problem. Is he's not hitting poorly for no reason. Mush is pounding the corners now.
Yeah, he's had a good eye at this at bat though. Count goes full. Another good reticle, and it's just pounded to the shortstop. Starting to feel for the astronauts hitters here. Doesn't look like they're making mistakes, but they're not being rewarded. We'll head now to the top of the 5th. Mush hits one deep, and that's going to get to the wall. That's going to be a double.
Yeah, in all fairness, Lat, the pitching of Mush has been quite a bit better than Wishbone. We've seen some really stray balls from Wish. Again, uncharacteristic, but nonetheless, I'm seeing a little bit better pitching from Mush, and now that could turn around quickly.
Well, that one was almost curling off the edge of the plate there, but it's connected on well. That's going to trickle down the left field line to the wall, and we'll see another run come across the plate. Extra bases for the Curse. It's 3-0, runner on second, no outs.
Yeah, but that's a terrible pitch against a contact hitter. You can't throw the cutter and not get it well off the plate in that situation.
This one's belted to right. It's going to be a single. Runners on the corners now. These bats are starting to roll for the Curse. What kind of answer can the astronauts figure out? They still have yet to find their first out so far. You might search for an answer in the bullpen. Starting pitcher's at 70 pitches here. Indeed he does. He's going to bring in the elite curveball throwing SPRP. It was mid at bat with the first pitch ball, so that's 3-0 count swinging. Another single to left field and death by 1,000 singles. I guess we've had some doubles as well this inning, but that will earn another run. Still no outs here. It's 4-0 Curse.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Astronauts, it's been a little bit of an off day on the mound, and they're still having a little bit of trouble. Not that 4 runs is really that bad, but it's tough when you're not hitting.
Yeah, if you're Wish, you just gotta. I mean, like we saw, he's been putting good reticles on the pitches there. It's just not working out so far. His luck might turn around here before the game's over. He's gonna need to earn an opportunity by keeping a clean inning here, trying to keep this one close. There's 1 out, runners on first and second. We see a count go 3-1 now. Dangerous pitch left right over the heart of the plate, and that's belted back up the center. We're gonna see the lead runner retreat, thought about heading home. Bases are now juiced for Rasp Sanders. Not known for his power, but Mush is a contact hitter, and he has enough of that. The balance of the game might be this at bat as this one's hit hard to left field. A diving left fielder falls on the ground. Unfortunate for that left fielder.
Oh boy.
He's having a rough day out there.
I don't think it was a bad play by Wishbone. I think that was one of those ones where you just get a bad angle and you can't really adjust it.
So what could have been out number 2 turns into a base hit and an extra run. We'll see a sac fly to center here. Another run across the plate. That's now 6. Curse. Third out of the inning is a line drive to the shortstop. But the Curse are really moving there on offense. 6 runs on 14 hits through 5 innings. Astronauts have to answer back somehow this inning.
Yeah, at this point you ignore the score and say, okay, I'm going to relax and just play my game.
Yeah, I agree. I think the score kind of goes out the window. You just go, AB at a time, 1 AB at a time. Try to make sure you're doing the right things yourself still.
Yeah, exactly. You have to say, I can do better than this, and what do I need to do?
See another pitch outside. Good discipline there from Wish. Count is now 2-1. He sees a curveball high and outside. 3-1. Hitters count. Walk prone activated. This one's just barely under. Reticle is just a bit too low.
Yeah, Wishbone would normally crush that. Just got a touch under it.
This one's hit hard down the line. That's going to be at least 1. He's going to think about going 2. He's testing it, and he's got it. Good speed, good decision there from Wish.
Even 1 run here would be nice.
Yeah, anything to get something back in your favor. As this one's fought off, it's mishandled by the pitcher. Second baseman covering, and just in time, I thought he might have been safe as a bang bang play, but it's not to be.
Begging for some help from the SMB gods, and they let him down there. But it was a little bit better inning there, but you hate to leave that one empty.
Yeah, he'll need to, just take the positives from it. Get back over the plate as soon as he can here. He earns the first out as a soft grounder. Top of the 6th, 6-0 Curse.
Yeah, a clean half inning here, you can at least, try to bogus up some kind of momentum and spirit, because he didn't really swing poorly in that last half inning and could have come away with a run or 2, but didn't.
He's got himself 2 outs here on a 2-1 count. Memphis Davidson, a potent hitter for the Curse, sees ball 3 now. Watches another one fire in there, so we go full. A nice pitch inside, off speed. Not what Mush was looking for, but he watches it for strike 3 to end the inning.
Yeah, Wishbone, the master of the nasty backup changeup, which is an extremely dangerous pitch, as I'm sure you know, Blatt. But when you nail it, there's not. You saw Mush just standing there.
As Mush is on the mound, he earns a quick out number 1, and now he moves on to the second batter. The starting pitcher for the Curse is still walked in. As we're in the 6th inning here, starting to get to the deeper waters of this game.
Yeah, Rich has been absolute dynamite. He's out of gas, but Mush not looking to pull him by any means.
This one just pulled foul over there down the third base line. We'll do it again. Count is full. This time it's better timed and past the second baseman. So we get a base hit here for the Astronauts, starting to show some form of life with their bats. They'll try to convert something in the bottom half of the 6th here. There's 1 out, 1 on.
Yeah, and let's remember, Wishbone has the power advantage. He could put 2 runs up on this next pitch. Something like that would really change this.
Yeah, he's certainly known to put up some crooked numbers this year. I'm pretty sure he did that against me. It's easy for his team to start
Oh boy!
getting these runs in, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen that inning, as we see an inning-ending double play.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of frustration on Wishbone's part at this point, just because Mush, to his credit, has played so well. You know, it's hard when your opponent's playing really well. I get as frustrated as anybody.
Yeah, it might be that. I mean, it's also just baseball. Sometimes you can do everything right and you still don't win, so.
Yep, some of that.
See a good
Gotta
pitch
hustle.
on the edge of the zone. Yep. Tracked down by the center fielder. Tucker backstop steps in here with 2 outs on the top of the 7th. Series is tied at 2 apiece here. We're in game 5. See a 2-out hit there for the Curse. Leading this one 6-0. Wish a bit of a mistake pitch, not swung on though. Count is 1-2. He goes low. Left fielder should track this down, and they do. For out number 3, we'll have a quick stretch with the Astronauts coming back up to the plate here, hoping to cut or chip away at this lead built up by the Curse.
I need a couple singles here to get some spirit going. A walk, a single, couple walks.
Good patient at bat here. 3-0 count. It's probably taking the whole way, and he does. Watches the next pitch for a strike, so it goes full. Second baseman dives and robs a single there. First out of the inning.
Yeah, you needed a single. You needed that to kick off his glove, but it didn't.
And to Mush's credit, he's putting these pitches, well, I guess he threw that one down the middle, wasn't connected on, but he's
Right
been
on
cutting
cue.
the corners.
Yeah, he
whether
threw
it's
a meatball right as you were saying it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have been high and outside, but right on that corner, you know, you got to deal with it if you're the batter. And it's clearly not easy, as Wish is still trying to find some sort of answer, but he has good discipline again there. He earns the walk.
That's a good walk. Only one down. Got a walk. Maybe a single here. Josiah Rich is out of gas. I mean, you got to...
Yeah, he's throwing in quite the performance
I
for
wouldn't
today.
pull him quite yet. I'd leave him in there. Unless you really have confidence. I don't know how good his bullpen is. It's probably great.
Well, there's somebody with an elite cutter, so...
So, father of Punchy Patterson, maybe. I don't know.
Looks like this pitcher has pretty identical stats to Josiah Rich, so he's going to have full stamina now to work with, as this one's belted back up the middle hard. So a 1-out single. We'll have runners at first and second now for the Astronauts, as the reliever, Yuri Gagarin, comes in, and it will likely be pinch hit for.
You know he's going to try to use that elite cut fastball. If Wishbone can lay... Oh, that's a great swing.
It's a great piece of hitting there by the pinch hitter.
Swing there.
We're going to see the lead runner come in. That's going to be extra bases. Runners now at second and third, 6-1. RBI 0 in effect
Gonna be a
That's
run.
gonna not help enough to get a base hit, but as you say, it will be a sac fly. He's going to third, and he's in time.
Oh
the
my
timing there.
lord, the umpire put his whistle away. Man, that guy seemed like he was 6 feet from the bag, but somehow slid under the tag.
Yeah, that if he would have been out, that would have been the final out of the inning, and if he would have been just a hair sooner tagged.
Oh, it's gone!
My words, as this one's hit deep over right field.
Oh, I called it, yes!
Two-run shot. And
Wow.
that's right back in this thing. It's 6-4.
Yeah, the long ball's lat.
Long ball comes alive here, rears its head, or I guess emerges its head in the 7th inning. Better late than never, as the Astronauts are really putting something here in the 7th inning. They'll pop out to end it. But a solid 4-run stretch there
Yeah, that changes
brings this
everything.
game back to life.
Now you got to pitch better than you've been pitching, though. If you're Wish, now you made the big offensive move. Now your pitchers need to come through. That was actually not that bad of a pitch.
Yeah, that's just another solid piece of hitting by Mush as he sends it to the wall in center for another extra base hit. He's had quite a few of those this game.
Yeah, it's tough against a contact swinger. At times, it feels like even when you're nailing corners, but you just got to stay after it. You got to stay after it, even if they're getting hits.
Pitch on the corner. It's dealt with there, but it will advance the runner after the pitcher saw it pinball between her feet. 1 out with the runner on third.
You're going to be careful here, I would assume.
Hard hit.
Oh, what a play.
Diving play. Nice play with the mojo boost from the shortstop to catch that one in the air and prevent the runner at third from coming in to score.
Yeah, Shallow and Armstrong came up with the goods. That's not that easy of a play. There's not a lot of time there, but that's a big out.
Oh, a really close pitch, just barely missed the zone. It goes 2-1. Challenge inside. Swing and miss 2-2.
Rough two-seam.
Gonna see a two-seamer. Missed the zone by more than I would have thought initially. I thought he had it better reticled. Either way, a full count hit back up the middle.
Oh,
And
Tereshkova comes up with the goods on the mound.
So the Astronauts strand a runner there at third base, or I guess prevent the run. Score remains the same here. It's 6-4, headed to the bottom of the 8th, and we'll see the 4, 5, 6 batters of the Astronauts.
Yeah, that play by the pitcher could come up huge here. Need a couple runs. Got plenty of time now, 2 full innings.
This one's hit hard, but not high enough as the second baseman stabs at it for out number 1.
Yeah, good pitch, good swing.
Solid contact,
That's
but not
under the
enough power,
zone.
yeah.
Good swing again. Good pitch, good swing.
First pitch swinging,
Oh
missed
my.
jump to the first baseman. Oh, thought it got by the right fielder for a moment as well.
Yeah,
That'll be a
absolutely.
2-out single.
Wicked pitch there, but Wishbone had an even better swing to somehow reticle that ball up.
See a pitching change for the Curse here. Keep in mind they have the crossed up trait. See if that comes into effect as we have speed at first. This one dealt with by the shortstop. Not what you're hoping for if you're an Astronauts fan. They strand one. They'll move on to the top of the 9th here. 6-4
Yeah.
Curse.
Yeah, if they can get a clean inning here and just get one single, it's a new ball game. Gonna have to pitch through this though. That's what you want right there is pitch to contact, get the out.
Have to be a little leery of this part of the lineup here. We see a first pitch swinging on a curveball up in the zone. That'll be a single back up through the middle. Mush has also had quite a few of those today. 1 out, runner on first with good speed. I want to say Wish has the clutch straight on the catcher as he has to throw down, and it's in time.
Oh, brutal.
Mojo boost, mojo exchange, really both ways there for the players involved.
Yeah, that's a
1-1
big
count.
momentum boost for the Astronauts. I always feel like if you make good plays like that heading into the final half or your final half, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, as the catcher who just got Oh my, I was about to say he just got the mojo
Wow.
boost and he came up to the
Right
plate.
on that.
Yeah.
Just a tough pitch.
Another pinch hitter here. For the Astronauts' first pitch swing, it's
Oh,
below the
again,
zone.
right
It might
on
be, yeah, he was right on it.
I don't think that was even on the plate.
So down
But
to,
yeah, in the same spot.
yep, down to his final out here. Mush really nailing the corners all game long. I don't know if we really maybe saw 1 or 2 mistake pitches, but he's done a really great job out there on the mound tonight. Count goes 3-1 now. This one's kind of over the middle.
The pitch, but he got away with it.
Floating down into that left fielder's glove, and they will squeeze it to end the game here. The Curse with the victory 6-4 in Game 5 and take the series lead 3-2.
Yeah, a really good battle from both. I love the way Wishbone struck back. That 7th inning was fantastic, but Mush played the better overall game, and that pretty much is why it's 6-4.
Yep. Yeah, the ending there by Wish was sort of a lightning in a bottle moment. We'll see if he can carry any of that momentum as we head towards Game 6 here. Folks, give us just a moment. Alrighty, Game 6. First elimination game of the series here. First lead the Astronauts 3-2. We just saw a 6-4 game. And a lot of hitting there by the Curse. What are your thoughts so far here, Mist?
My thoughts were that was an absolutely almost flawless game by Mush. I don't know that you could ask for more against such a tough player. Anybody who's played Wishbone knows that it's it's not a lot of fun if you're off your game. So, but I expect Wishbone to strike back here.
Yeah, indeed. Wish will certainly be looking to do so. You know, one point I didn't want to harp on too much, but it might have actually mattered. We might need to run the tape back. You know, those moments for Wish in left field. I think at least one of those garnered a run or two, which, you know, it was only a two-run victory for Mush. So,
right,
hoping to have a cleaner game defensively. But at first, we have to look at his offenses. This one's hit hard and deep to center. A diving play by the center fielder. It was going to be difficult, and he misses it. we're going to see the runner go back to second for a moment there. He thought he had a triple. It was not to be.
Yeah, no, you made a great point there, Zlat. I had almost forgotten about that. You know, I really hope that wasn't a lag moment, that left field.
Right.
For Wishbone's sake, I hope it was just a mistake. You know, that happens.
Yeah, or even just like some RNG where the fielder didn't come up with it or whatever. But either way, a decent start there with the extra base hit. Comes to a close, does not cross the plate. As Mush finds some answers early here on the mound, he'll look to bat and continue his momentum from the previous game as he hits this one softly up back to the second baseman for out number 1.
Yeah, and going back to that point, Zlat, I think, you know, that play might have just been a tough play. It looked weird from our angle as it was kind of skipping around there. But regardless, it was a big play.
Wish almost paints that outside corner, just barely misses to go 2-2. Challenges the same spot, and we'll see another ground out to the second baseman here. Out number 2. Diego Esparza comes to the plate with that bad ball hitter trait. Quite the notorious trait throughout the XBL. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, I don't use it myself, but it's extremely useful for certain types of hitters. You know, contact hitting, for example, plus bad ball hitter, if there's anybody on second or third base, makes it really tough.
Nice pitching here by Wish to get early in the count, 0-2. He's going to go back to the same spot. This one's hit high and deep. It's trailing towards that center field wall. A jump.
Oh, my Lord.
It bounces back into the park. It's going to be extra bases and the first run of the game here. Curse, 1-0.
It almost looked like the fence grew an inch to stop that ball, Zlat. Did you see what I saw?
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't expect it to bounce back into the field of play there. But we roll on as the third out of the inning should be and is now caught by that second baseman. So could be a bit of fortune for the Curse there. It depends on how you look at it. Either way, it's 1-0.
I think it was actually fortune for Wishbone, but I still feel good about this series if I'm Wishbone. Yes, I need to play better, and I need to hope that Mush doesn't play quite as well as he has, but you know, Wishbone has such an incredible resume that if he, you know, he hasn't gotten any momentum other than that one solo inning. I think he can turn it around. Mush is really tough, though.
Yeah, he's got something brewing here. That first batter hit one on the screws for a single, and this one trickles by the first baseman, so no outs here for the Astronauts. Top of the second. Runners at first and second. Lead runner, I believe, has that stealer trait, and the trail runner also has some good speed. Have to keep an eye on the base paths here as the pitch comes through. That's going to be in a gap between the third baseman and shortstop as we see the bases are now loaded with no outs. A huge opportunity, the biggest of the night so far for the Astronauts.
Yeah, the worst thing you can have for you know, when you're playing defense is to have runners on base and then a ball go through, you know, a grounder through the infield.
This one's nabbed by that shortstop. Oh, a lot of variables moving there, but it was caught in the air, so we have a clean first out. Oh, and a second out. Infield fly in effect.
That's okay. Still have a chance. Yeah, just misreticled it.
RBI 0 now on the one spot hitter with the bases loaded. And he gets under that one. Center fielder and second baseman nearly, okay. On my screen for a second they're going to collide, which I know can't really happen in the game, but either way, it's a noble tiger for the Astronauts in the top of the second.
That's not the first time that Wish has gotten caught at the wrong part of the lineup to kind of cash in on 2 to 3 runners on the base path.
Yeah, just some unfortunate timing with the opportunities and certain batters you maybe wish were, you know, on the bases versus at the batter's box. But he shakes it off here. We carry on to the bottom of the second. 1 out and a 1-1 count now.
Yeah, I mean, most players don't want the bases loaded with 2 outs and the pitcher, or even 1 out, and the pitcher and their number 1 hitter coming up.
Soft roller to second for out number 2. Yeah, I think what seems to have harmed him the most almost is that RBI 0 trait.
Exactly.
A couple times throughout the series it's kicked in, but
yeah,
you know,
I was going to say, Zlat, that's why I run first pitch prayer on my leadoff hitter instead of RBI 0 because, well, for multiple reasons, but that RBI 0 can really hurt you.
see a dive from that left fielder there. They at least prevent the ball from going behind you. Yeah, that one seemed to catch the zone.
He's right. How's that not a strike?
So what maybe should be a 1-1 count goes 3-0 and now 4-0 for a walk.
A little frustration here. Wishbone just needs to settle down. He's fine. He's fine. Just needs to find himself.
2 quick strikes. Count goes 0-2. He's going to come inside low. Mush was looking the whole way. Now swings on one. That's going to get past the second baseman, so he has bases loaded for himself here, the Curse. They have 2 outs. But Jalen Matthews, a strong batter to work with, and we again are seeing the distractor mind gamer combo.
You got to force a pop-up. Oh, that ain't it.
Hard hit past the second baseman. That's going to score 1. Next runner coming around third. They're going to be challenged at the plate. No, it's cut off. I don't think they would have been thrown out. But we see the score now shift to 3-0 in the Curse's favor with runners on the corners here. Trail runner takes second. There's a throwdown, but they are in time. So runners at second and third. 3-1 count. Seeing really great plate discipline by Mush. Curveball inside, great contact. That one's down the line all the way to the wall. It's going to score 2 and be extra bases. The Curse, 5-0.
Yeah, Hadfield is a little bit flustered here. He shouldn't have thrown that curveball.
Mush is kind of just hitting everything at this point. I don't even know what to throw myself. I'm not even playing the game.
Right, exactly.
He's doing such a great job with this bat. This one's hit hard, but it's going to be foul.
Yeah, it's probably not Hadfield. It's probably just the fact that Mush is killing the ball.
Wish induces the ground out for out number 3 there to end the second. It's a 4-run inning by the Curse, taking us into the top of the third with the 5-0 lead.
Yeah, you need to get to this pitcher. This is a brutal pitcher. Off the plate, a good swing.
Yeah, I mean, it's another good reticle. Just
that wasn't
in the corner.
Wow.
Just a baseball moment. Put a good bat on the ball. Sometimes it just goes right to the fielder.
This is another case like in game game 5, Zlat. You need a single, a walk. You need some momentum.
Yeah, we saw some really good cadence right there from Mush. He goes curveball, fastball, all in the same spot. Tripped up Wish for a swinging strikeout, and that ground out there will end the inning. Curse are showing no real signs of weakness other than having the bases loaded at one point, but they pitched themselves out of the jam. Wishbone throwing 2 great dots on the corner. He's going to try to make it 3 in a row. Fought off, but flying towards that center fielder there for out number 1.
Yeah, it's definitely somebody's nailing spots. Wishbone is serious about this.
See a second pitch swinging out number 2 now.
We're seeing some brutal pitching from Wishbone right now. He wants back in.
Yeah, like we saw in that, I believe, 7th inning for Wish. He put up 4 runs in an inning himself. He has moments of stringing a lot of runs together. Hoping to
think-
do so again here. He has more time, but
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing is this pitcher is really brutal. And is kind of feeling it right now.
once you count, Wish puts another good bat on one, and this one is gonna work out for him as it goes up the middle for a base hit. So we got a leadoff single now with the Steeler trade on first.
Yeah, easy target, but pulled a nice little single there.
Good eye to watch for ball 2. It's a 2-0 count. Mush taking his time, maybe
Wants to
anticipating
go.
a steal attempt.
He
Counts
wants
now
to go.
3-0.
He wants that RBI hero to kick in, but he doesn't want to squander the out.
Yeah, it goes from 3-0 to now full. Runner was going, but it's fouled back. We'll do it all again. Pitch comes through, it's hit, but it's going to be right
yeah.
towards the right fielder.
Yeah, that inside pitch going to the right fielder has been really tough.
Should also note this pitcher has easy jumps as well, so combined with the Steeler trade on first, it's almost a guaranteed steal. He just has to get the timing right, not get picked off. He'll watch strike one of the count. Now it's 2-1. Hit hard up the middle. Off the pitcher, it goes behind him. Is there enough speed?
that hurts.
Oh, there's not at first. There's the second out. It does
that
advance
would've
that
been
runner into
huge.
scoring position.
Does get the runner over, but you really need to get that run in now. Grab bagged.
Mush has just been tantalizing those inside corners, and Wish goes fishing for one again here for the final out.
Yeah, he really needed that runner to get to first base. That would have really changed the complexion there. He got a little bit desperate.
Timing was not in his favor, as he'll come back out to the mound now and hope to keep the curse at 5. This one's going to be lifted back through the middle for a leadoff single. Wish's starting pitcher there really dwindling on the stamina. He's got 60 pitches. And his middling stats are just kind of falling apart there. He does have elite four-seamer, but I would eyeball that at, what, 40 velo now, maybe?
Yeah, I would get him out of there. I mean, Blue's been squeezing him all night. Hasn't gotten a call. And maybe something personal. I'm not exactly sure, but I would really have a short leash here.
Yeah, we saw some small ball there by the curse. They bumped the runner over to second after the pitcher bunts one out for the first out of the inning here. Wish throws one up and in. It's fought off, and it's hit to left field. Runner will hold at third. We have runners now at the corners. Mush continuing to just pummel these balls on the corner.
And Mush doing everything right in tonight. You know, for the most part in the series, which is the reason why the underdog has a good shot of winning. You have to do everything right. Oh, that's...
The second baseman didn't flip it. Instead went for the tag himself and misses, and the throw to first is not in time. The run scores, and everybody's safe.
Yeah, that was really awkward. I can't really blame Wishbone there. It felt like you could tag the runner, but it was weird because it pulled over towards second and couldn't get there.
Yeah, there's just so much speed on that lead runner. He's able to, get to the bag in time, and everything was thrown off after that. The fielder was in disarray. By the time he threw it to first, it was nowhere near in time. First now have a 6-0 lead. We see a double steal, and everybody's safe again. Great timing there from Mush, and it's a full count. This one's popped up high. Being tricked out by the left fielder. We're going to see an attempt at the plate. The runner's advancing, and he's in time.
Yeah, we've been talking about speed this whole series. I think this is the game where it's starting to snowball here with Mush getting a lot of extra bases.
We're going to see it again, a challenge at the plate. The runner's just barely able to beat the throw. It's 8-0 curse, and this starting pitcher has been rattled and out of energy for a couple batters now. Maybe Wish is just It could be the batting order. I don't recall where we left off for the Astronauts. We're about to find out now, as that's out number 3, and yes, the pitcher was due to hit, so likely that was the reason why the pitcher wasn't yanked earlier in the inning. But he gives up a couple of runs there. It's 8-0 Curse, heading now to the top of the 5th.
Still time. You can't be overly rattled here if you're the Astronauts. I mean, he is more than capable of doing this.
Swings on a pitch inside.
He's not feeling good, obviously, but you just have to dig in.
Yeah, he's going to certainly have to dig deep. It's a large deficit to deal with. He has time to chip away, though. We're just on the top of the 5th. Takes that one inside. Count is 1-2. Sees a fastball over the middle, just barely fouls it down that third base line. And now down the first base line. Count is 2-2. Off speed just comes back into the zone. A brutal curveball sends him back to the dugout for the second out of the inning. A well-timed hit there. We'll get a base runner here for the Astronauts. Like we've mentioned a couple times throughout the series here for Wish, he just needs to take it one at bat at a time. That wasn't a terrible swing, but it's not good enough to get a hit as it goes to the shortstop for the third and final out.
Yeah, everything going right for the Cursed right now. There's not a lot of hope in Wishbone land at the moment. Certainly could turn that around, but gosh, it's been tough rowing here.
Leadoff single for the Curse. Not a whole lot of speed to worry about, though. Gotta be careful with the outside pitch trade. He challenges outside. 2 in a row. That one's going to be fouled and too far away from that left fielder to have any sort of play on it. So we'll go back here, 2-2. A nice pitch to induce the swing, and there'll be a fly out for the first out of the inning here. 1 away.
Yeah, still only the 5th inning, so you need to keep digging.
Want to see that screwball quite a bit, I think, from this reliever. There's a fastball, a hit towards center, a nice sliding play by the center fielder, catches it, 2 outs. And the Curse have their own pitcher now at the plate. He's going to stay in the game. Can't really blame him. I think there's all the reason for him to stay in. He hits a hard one, just dying at the track. Astronauts a leadoff here. It's 4-5-6. John Glenn with the mind gamer trait. Mush continuing to target this low and inside area of the plate. Catches low and outside for strike 1. It's 2-1. This one is nuked. Wish did not miss that by any margin. 98 power, perfectly timed swing over the center field wall. Breathe some life back into this game for the Astronauts.
Yeah, Glenn's a beast, and he left one over the plate. It doesn't take a lot sometimes, especially at Red Rock. You can get that ball out of there.
Score is now 8-1 in Curse's favor here in Game 6 as they lead the series 3-2. This is an elimination game. Astronauts
that's a tough pitch.
Searching for answers. Uncharacteristically late swing for a strikeout there for their first out of the inning. This one, pitch is hung over the plate, dropped by the right fielder. It's going to be a single. Wish's bat's starting to come alive in the 6th.
Yeah, that's a big 1-out single. You know, against a pitcher like either one of these two, you're going to have to eat some of those pitches on the, hanging off the corner and wait for yours.
Yeah, Mush is really worried about that runner at first. Continues to throw outside.
Oh, that's tough.
But now he comes back in to make it go full. This one's left over the middle and hit hard. How deep will it end up? It's going deep to center field, but just before the wall.
Hurts. Such a good swing. It was a mistake pitch. He hit it really well. I don't know what was off there. Maybe just slightly misreticled it. Yeah.
Ever so slightly, maybe by a pixel.
That's tough.
This one's hit hard, but it's just a bit early. Could have been another big moment in this game. And now Mush is really reconsidering the pitching situation as he moves to the pen for Punchy Palmer. Got that elite cutter we saw last game.
Yeah, a couple towering shots against Gould. And he's going to turn to Palmer here.
Just gets on top of that one on the outside corner. Hard hit grounder will end the top of the 6th. Astronauts score 1. It's 8-1 Curse.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
I have not been keeping track, Mist, but that's another leadoff single for the Curse. They've had a handful of those tonight.
Yeah, those are really tough, especially against contact hitters or anybody who can generate a lot of base hits, whether they're singles or anything else.
This pitch, he's looking the whole way, but it was down the heart of the plate. That one barely missed the zone. It's 3-1 here. Finds the zone again. We're dealing with that Mind Gamer Distractor combo. Oh, the first base runner caught flat-footed.
Got burned.
So a rare pickoff, successful. And the next pitch is a line out to the shortstop. So quite the stark difference there. Inning was looking like a pretty good start there for the Curse, and all of a sudden there's 2 outs. We see an intentional walk. Wish wants to have nothing to do with that batter there. I'll bring Memphis Davidson to the plate, who has RBI Hero. Of course, it's not active. Well, I think there's a pretty big sigh of relief there for Wish. You know, the inning was kind of looking like another repeat of how other innings have gone so far, and he comes away with a couple of lucky moments, but he's happy to have him here, as he'll need to now turn the dial up and get some offense really started. Top of the 7th, he needs 7 runs, or he's chasing 7 runs just to tie the game. This one's hit hard, but right at that shortstop.
You need that to be a single.
He's doing everything he can as he hits this one hard. Right fielder, great dive. Comes over their glove and back to the wall. We're going to see 3 bags here for the Astronauts batter. And a timely triple could ignite the comeback that the Astronauts are seeking here. They're trying to rally in the 7th. They're down deep.
Yeah, no, just got to find yourself right now. You just need a couple of runs right here.
Hard hit ball back up the middle. That's going to be a run. So the second run for the Astronauts comes across the plate here in the 7th inning. Starting to see a lot more hard hit balls by the Astronauts.
Yeah, Palmer's still looking tough on the mound. Need to bite into his stats a little bit here. Doesn't seem to be dwindling just yet.
And Mattingly at the plate, the 3-hole hitter. Fights one off the edge of the plate.
And gets away with it. I think that's off the plate, Slat. I mean, it is a good swing, but a little bit fortunate there.
Yeah, it's on the edge at best, but...
And now the pitcher's in trouble. Look.
Yeah, absolutely. Runners at first and second. Dangerous batter at the plate here in John Glenn, who has Mind Gamer, although it is a 0-2 count. Now we see a mistake pitch low and away, no harm. But he comes right and challenges on the outside of the zone, clips it just barely to earn out number 2.
Got to shake that off somehow.
A good eye from Wish as he watches the curveball and times it perfectly. That's going to be a run here, and he should hold. Yep, so the trail runner holds at second. Another run for the Astronauts. It's 8-3. Runners now on first and second. Still 2 outs. But a first pitch swinging moment there, and that's an easy ground out. It will end the inning, so thought we had more of a rally on our hands. There's 2 runs in that inning. There's still time for the Astronauts as they chase the curse. Score is 8-3, headed to the bottom of the 7th.
Still a pretty gutsy RBI from Wishbone to bounce back after a really rough ball on an absolutely brutal pitch from Mush. He still was able to, at least, you know, it wasn't what he wanted, but he got a run.
Yeah, he's certainly trending in the right direction. He just has to hope it's not too late as this one's hit hard and a short right field wall will allow that to be a solo shot. That ball left in a hurry.
Yeah, the curse not known for the power game, but you know, anybody who's as good a hitter as Mush, you can't just make mistakes, and he got on that one first row.
An outside pitch swinging, grounder to third. That'll be the second out of the inning. Yeah, Mush, we've talked about it a few times. He's not known at all for home runs. But he gets one there in the 7th for a solo shot to extend his lead. Score is 9-3 Curse here in Game 6, an elimination game. Astronauts holding on for dear life, needing to find some sort of answer to at least tie this game and keep the series alive because there's a base hit back up the middle. Yep, a nice swing there by Wishbone. Leadoff single.
Yeah, you've got to put this pitching staff on burn right now and really put some pressure on him. Palmer now kind of sucking wind. Need a couple more hits off of him.
Palmer allows a ball to right field that just doesn't have the distance or power. We'll see a pinch hit situation, but yeah, Palmer is approaching, 30 pitches. Doesn't have much left in the tank.
That was actually hittable. That's a tough one.
Oh my, dagger here laid, a double play to end the 8th inning. Or excuse me, the top half of the 8th, as the Curse will still need to bat. But the Astronauts in the next top half will potentially be down to their final 3 outs, chasing at least 6 runs. Mush doing so many things right tonight in these 2 games. We've really seen a great hitting performance and pitching. Just both sides of the ball has been very, very well rounded.
Yeah, other than a little bit of loose pitching in Game 5's lad, both players have really shown out nicely. I'm just guessing here, but I don't think Wishbone, as smart as he is, I don't think he realized how much he was going to have to elevate his game here against Mush, who from the very beginning I thought was going to be a really tough player this season. And at this point, we could see him winning the entire thing.
Yeah, as you were talking, there was a player switching sort of issue in the outfield, which allowed the Curse to turn a double into a triple. And then not only that, the next at bat, we have a grounder to second, but that'll earn a run, so it's 10-3. The final out of the 8th inning, there will be caught stealing at second. But we see another run across the plate, so the Astronauts are chasing 7 to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Mama June in the chat saying that Wishbone needs to come to Big Sky. He might be onto something there. As much as I'm not a fan of Big Sky, and I am a fan of Red Rock. What? Mama June?
This one hit deep to left. Is it going to carry? No, it dies at the track, and that's the first out here. Astronauts needing to find anything to keep things going. This one's hard hit down the foul line. It'll be strike 1.
He nails it. I mean, what are you going to do? He's nailing every ball.
Oh, late on that one. Strikeout for the second out of the inning. Astronauts need Ken Mattingly to do something as he hits one hard. First pitch swinging. That'll be the single. Mind Gamers active now for John Glenn. and you just know that Mush is smart enough to really nibble these hard-to-hit spots of the zone. He continues to throw low and inside. It's now 3-1. One down the middle, but it's off speed. Count goes full, 2 outs. Top of the ninth. This pitch swung.
Oh, no.
That's certainly crushed over the wall in center. Astronauts, they are alive. 2-run shot here in the ninth.
Yeah, he's not going to go quietly here, Splat.
Most valuable resource now is outs and time, and he's down to his last out. He hits the 2-run home run. He needs 5 more. There's a base hit. Things are looking okay. 2-out single for the Astronauts here. Jim Lovell steps in. No chance for the RBI hero trade. He's going to have to do it with just his base stats. A hard hit ball right to the second baseman. It's fielded cleanly. And the San Diego Curse win the series against the Lagrange Astronauts. The series count of 4-2. Great performance between these guys.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with both of them. Like, again, I don't think Wishbone realized how much he was going to have to ratchet it up here. But even if he did, Mush played really flawless baseball. Astronauts at times seemed to be slightly off their game, which most times would be enough, but in this case, it wasn't enough. Despite some extremely fantastic heroics at times when down, unfortunately, were down too often.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that 9th inning performance there. We saw the 7th inning of Game 5 from the Astronauts. You know, they had it in them at times. They just kind of ran out of time. Weren't able to string enough things together successfully. But all that said, still a great season from Wish. I think a lot of people are starting to now realize the tier he's earned and elevated his game to. He can really hang with anyone. And now we've seen Mush elevate his game higher than a lot of people might have expected. You know, he earns his way into the World Series. I don't know how many people had that. Probably none, to be honest. Maybe maybe Mush. But
no, I
you know,
wouldn't have been
it's so
surprised at
hard.
all. I said the whole season, this dude, I think I had him at 7. I'm not surprised at all, just because of how much he's improved and with his trajectory. Mush has been such a good player lately, and all the way going back to AAA. He probably should have won that season. I don't know what went wrong, but I played him and got just brutally swept in that season, and I had a really good season. So credit to both of these guys. Of course, we love Wishbone and all he does for the league, and just, you know, he could have won the series. It did seem like one of those series for the Astronauts where like they just were always behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, their backs were put up against the wall quite a bit, and you know, like we said, testament to Mush, his approach at the plate, his approach on the mound, his game plan and his game style really just kind of countered a lot of what Wish was able to do throughout the season. And after the series is over, it's 4-2 in the Curse's favor. So they slot themselves in to be the first team in the World Series here for season 17 of the XBL. You guys saw games 3 and 4 between Lazy and Spluto earlier, and they hope to finish their series out. I'm not sure the timeline. We'll be sharing that in the announcements channel, of course. But yeah, I mean, 2 really great series to go on. This one comes to a conclusion. Thank you guys for sharing those videos with us. Missed any parting words here at the end of the evening?
I just want to say I would have been happy for either player here. I feel bad for Wish, but Wish is, you know, he'll be there again. And then Mush, I'm sure is, you know, he's a really quality guy. And like I said, I'm not too surprised, a little surprised that, you know, it's always hard to get to the actual finals. You always think it's going to be Lazy versus Ashnot or Weaver or whoever, but it's going to be Mush. And you know, it's either Lazy or Spluto, both of which are extremely tough opponents. So I think either way, Mush is going to be the underdog. But he was the underdog here. So
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he's had just such a tough run. He had that, I believe, the first round, his playoff series against Vegan went to 5 games, the limit. And after that concluded, he sweeps Flash, who everybody was
Right.
really high on. So that was a huge surprise. But now he's really proven that it wasn't a fluke. He's earned his way to the World Series by taking down Wish on the same side of the bracket. So
yeah,
it's
I
been a
mean,
wild ride.
I think there's no question Flash was off his game for that series, but I think this also, um, this also shows that it was partly the opponent in Mush, who can be really, really tough most of the time. He's a pretty consistent player. I think he's just made small improvements. Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess Lazy is the most likely only because he's up now, 3-1. I think that would be a great series. Either one would be a great series, really.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. We'll have to tune in and see how that other semifinal plays out there. Lazy does lead it 3-1. I believe all games have been recorded, so we're just looking at coordinating the availabilities of everybody. But in any case, we'll come to a conclusion here for the evening, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Check out the Discord and have a good rest of your evening.